Hey, there we go.
Hello and welcome!
Alright, we already got Adam there. Awesome, dude.
Welcome, Adam.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. You haven't been in here in a wee bit.
Yeah.
Watch him be like, I was here last week.
Well, I know.
Asshole.
Well, I know he's been. He just started a new job, and I
That's
know
right.
They've been
That's
putting him
right.
on some odds. Well, maybe not odd, but
How is that going?
different
I
schedules.
actually saw a post from you saying that you had to work overtime yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So, but let me know how
Making
that's
that money.
going.
Making that
Oh,
cash
excuse
dollars.
me. Alex, how have you been?
You know, I've been pretty good.
How's
Been
Christmas?
pretty good. Christmas was good. I survived it. I survived Christmas.
I did too.
You survived as well. I survived. You know, despite our respective families' best efforts, we survived. Lived to tell the tale, and next year we will begin battle yet again. But no, it was good. Got to see some family. I always say I see a family that if I'm lucky, I only get to see once a year.
You're right.
So that's not always guaranteed because everyone's schedules are different, everything else. But no, it was good. Got some new music. Got a couple new.
Get some new music.
Some new music. Yeah, I got.
Is
one.
this one of them?
Yeah, one here. It's a Pink Floyd album. It's the what is it again? It's the Delicate Sound of Thunder. Actually, an older album. This is a live album from the '80s era.
Speaking of music.
Yep.
The Beatles actually, you can stream. Yeah, you can stream them now. So it's not only Spotify, you can do it on iTunes as well.
Oh, I did not know that they put on iTunes.
So it's like iTunes Radio.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, yeah, I know
they
their
can-
music is on iTunes.
They can pass through iTunes Radio. Now
Okay.
As a streaming platform. So
Yeah, it's about damn time.
it is about time. Yeah. I find it weird when artists don't allow their music to be heard.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the major selling point
Mhm.
for me is being able to listen to a song
Mhm.
and then I will purchase said song if I like it
And devour it.
and devour it. When I go to Bandcamp and I listen to a whole album, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. I like this. I'm jamming to this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want this.
Give it to me now.
Right. And I will pay you for it.
Mhm.
I don't want to pay for a fucking whole album that I'm not going to listen to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think with the new age,
Mhm.
you can it's like demoing a song. You
Yeah.
know, it's like demoing an album.
Yep.
You know, you're like, oh yeah, I really like this. I'm
Mhm.
going to go ahead and buy it.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it works. Of course, the not unfortunate, but the difference here is that with Bandcamp, it's for independent artists. Then we've got the
True.
Beatles, and if I had to bet money, if I were a betting man, I would wager that Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr probably don't give a shit about the platforms that the music is on. It's probably the management companies.
Oh yeah,
and,
definitely. It's probably Sony.
Apple Core and and everything, and of course the distribution platforms themselves. But it's probably more to do with that wrangling that.
Oh yeah.
That's it's the nature of the world we live in, for better or worse. But yep, Christmas was good. Got a Pink Floyd live album and a couple other things as well. But that's one I got sitting on the desk right now. But
Cool.
How about you? How about you?
Christmas was great. I don't really. I got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of knickknacks. Well, I shouldn't say knickknacks. I got a bunch of clothes, some new shoes.
Got a badass Keurig, right?
Yeah, Amanda bought me a very badass Keurig. So thank her for that. She might be watching because she is staying home tonight. So.
Oh, nice.
Or sorry, she's off work the rest of the week.
Oh, even better. Score.
Right. So, but yeah, she got me this amazing Keurig. She even customized it to match the rest of our appliances.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
when she ordered it, she was like, "Yeah, I had to pay like $20 more, but it's all stainless steel."
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, well, easy to clean, yeah.
So
And if it matches the decor.
yep, it is pretty awesome. And then I also got Fallout 4. So, but I bought that with the gift cards that we collected.
Yeah.
So.
And how did you describe it to me? Where it's like taking over.
It is taking over my life. I bought it at 1:00 p.m. Okay, we got home, we cleaned up the house and everything.
Saturday or
Saturday. This is Saturday.
Okay.
At 4:00 I started playing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then 3 a.m. rolled around, and I was not ready to go to bed. By the way, I forced myself to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh fuck, I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
I seriously need to go to bed. I need to wake up tomorrow. I don't really know why, but
I mean, at some point you need to wake up.
yes.
Eventually.
But man, that game is so good. It is so good. They have fucking just did so well. Oh my god! Like the story, all the side quests, all the characters there's a bunch of memorable characters. Like They did so well. Like
That's
I'm also so happy that I didn't read anything about the game.
Yes.
I usually spoil myself.
Oh yeah.
When I don't think I'm going to purchase a game right off the bat, I usually spoil myself and
Yeah.
go through like watch people play it and stuff. I've never watched anything on it.
Oh man, it's so fresh.
I am doing a full, clean, fresh playthrough, and the crafting system is awesome.
Oh.
The follower system, they've revamped it, so like I think in New Vegas is when they allowed you to have followers.
I think so.
But you can have a follower now, but you can also have now a village, so you build yourself your own community. And then there's like 8 other communities, and you have control over them as well.
That's cool.
And then you can network them together.
Networking.
So then you can also make shops, and then people come and buy weapons that you make.
Uh-huh.
And then that's how you make money in the game. Or you can obviously just sell or do repeatable quests to get caps.
Or murder everyone and
or
steal
murder
shit.
everyone. God, it's too much depth. I think because I remember it was like midnight, and I was like, all right, finishing up my building here, and I had like built like a bunch of generators and shit.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, now I can play the game. Now I can play the real game.
Is it like South Park where it's like you do all this stuff?
Yes.
Now what do we do? Now we play the game.
Well, now we play the game. All right, Kyle, go ahead and put Power Word Fortitude on my mage. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Damn,
Man.
it's so good.
Freaking Fallout 4, baby.
Fallout
That's what I
4.
love to hear.
Extremely good.
That's what I love to hear.
And I'm just going to segue into what we've kind of been playing or whatever.
Yeah,
But
good
I
transition.
Went ahead and bought Tactics War of the Lions onto my iPhone.
Oh, I didn't realize it was...
So they
yeah.
have it on the iOS. They have it on App Store.
What's up, Mike?
Is this the day
We burned down...
where Alex at the stake for seeing Star Wars and Omnimax without me?
I mean, I posted about it on Facebook. I mean, I like a month, like when I first bought the ticket. So I mean, it was. I don't have to tell you, man.
I was not with
tell you.
Alex that night, but I did see it at the Omnimax right after you.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. The following showing. So yeah, both of us get to see it at the Omnimax.
We did. I will say though, I did not have a very good experience at the Omnimax.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that for you it was a little bit.
And it was it's weird because everybody else that went with us had the exact poor experience that I did. Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe this is enough of an excuse for me to like see it in a regular theater and like feel justified in going to see a movie I've already seen.
Yes.
I mean, I loved it, and I didn't,
it was amazing.
And I didn't. I don't have any like negative things about it, but I'm sure that it's quite different seeing it in the whole.
I will go see it in IMAX.
Standard, yeah.
But I will not. I won't go back to the Science Center to see it again.
Yeah.
I just think it was too large for me.
And there were a number of times where there would be some wide shot and 2 things would be happening and you would have to physically turn your head to see the 2 things. And yeah, if you're at an angle like I knew you were at a slight angle, then yeah, that would totally mess with me. Like I'm just picturing it in my head, especially based on how I was seated. How I was seated.
How you were seated.
How I was seated.
Amazing.
Sitting. But well, yeah, I do want now. I was like, I almost feel like I have an excuse now to see it at a regular theater, just because I want to watch like 20 more times.
For some reason, I thought you were about to say I want a Chihuahua.
I want a Chihuahua to watch it 20 more times.
Yes.
I don't know how I was going with that. But in either case, good to see you, Mike.
Yes.
Hope you're doing well, man. And yeah, I remember Mike saw it. I think when did you see it, Mike? I think a week or 2, probably less than that. Probably just a couple days afterwards. And I was good, didn't post anything, of course no spoilers, but not even, I even like refrained from posting a lot of my like reactions about it. And then Mike messages me on Facebook and said something to the effect of, dude, you asshole, you could have warned me. You could have at least warned me. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, just don't blame me,
Ain't
man.
no warning.
Hey, yeah, that's just how it do, so.
Just go how it do.
Let's go how it do. That's quotable.
But what I was saying about Final Fantasy Tactics,
Yeah.
I bought it on iOS, and the reason for this, I already own it on Vita, I've been playing it on Vita, is the Vita is slow.
Oh,
The
you did mention
port
that.
is so slow. So like when they cast magic abilities, the frame rate literally drops to like 4 to 5 frames.
Ugh.
And so it elongates my playtime, you know? And it
gross.
got really annoying because like it would just be like, you know, I would queue up a bunch of spells, and then the opposing team would queue up a bunch of spells, and then I would sit for like 3 minutes waiting for all of these spells to go off, and I'm like, okay, this is annoying.
Awful.
So I watched a video of somebody playing it on the iOS port, and they redid the interface. Obviously you
Yeah.
can rotate the map with touchscreen now, so it actually makes it kind of easier to navigate. But that's when I realized how quick the game actually is.
Seeing it.
Seeing it on that, and I was like, okay, so I downloaded it, and holy shit, like, yeah, I am having such a better experience playing it. Like, and I was already having a good experience after repicking it back up, but now I'm having a 10 time more better experience. It's just so fast. Like,
That's
it's so
crazy,
quick now.
man.
But yeah, it gives me a chance to correct my mistakes that I made also. That I was just now understanding.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Man, it's so weird that a version intended for a dedicated gaming platform.
It was built into the game, I found out. Apparently they coded it when they did the port to PSP. They made it to where the understanding that everybody else is saying, is that they wanted it to feel more epic. Because honestly, the spell animations are very quick. I will give it that. Like, when you do a spell, it's pretty quick and it's over with and it's done.
Yeah.
And I guess for some reason they may have wanted to add like an epic feel to it, so they slowed it for some reason. And it's every single spell. Like, it doesn't even matter what it is. I thought it was just like a couple of spells from the animations.
Yeah.
No.
All of them.
Every single spell.
And how many are there a lot of spells?
Yes.
And spell abilities?
Yes.
Does, every character have spells that they can cast?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
So, because I was talking to Tyler, and I was like, every fight is, taking me 30 minutes to complete. And he's like, oh yeah, it should only take you 10 minutes. I was like, oh, okay.
How about that? Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. But, I don't know, man. Sounds like iOS is the way to go. Kojima getting into bed with Sony's Cloud Smash Bros. Your choice is a game of the year. Yeah, I'd be up for
totally
down
down
all
for
those things.
any of them. So, let's hear about you,
Yeah.
and we can get rolling.
We can get rolling. Yeah, so I've been playing actually a number of games. I took full advantage of the fact that I had some time off from work during the Christmas holiday, and we'll hope to have some as well. Well, we'll definitely be having some time off, but hopefully have some free time for New Year's as well. But got to play a whole bunch of stuff. Me and a couple buddies. Right now, me and one friend of mine both picked up Neverwinter Nights 2 on Good Old Games. I never played the first one, but a lot of people. I mean, he mentioned they're kind of related, but you don't necessarily need to play the first one to fully appreciate the second. And the second one is the better of the two, and it's the complete version, which includes the 2 expansions. And apparently, Mask of the Betrayer, I believe, is one of them. One of the 2 expansions, and a lot of people say it's it's like a contender for one of the best RPGs of all time. So I'm like, okay, that's at least story wise,
that's
plot wise. And we're a couple hours in. It's going pretty good so far, but I get the impression that we're only at the crest of what's going to be a pretty epic tale. So we'll probably be playing that for weeks, if not months to come.
I've heard Neverwinter Nights is a great game.
It is.
I remember my friend, his brother, back whenever I was just getting into PC gaming.
Yep.
I remember his brother was, quite a bit older, so he had his own PC, everything. And he played Neverwinter Nights.
Yep.
And I remember the big thing then was to create a character in Neverwinter, and it was like a Dungeons and Dragons type deal where give him a backstory and everything like that, and then you make your own level that he lives in.
Interesting.
So they used the Neverwinter Nights level creator.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
And then they did that, and then that was the landscape that their characters lived in and stuff.
That's cool.
I was like, that's actually kind of cool, yeah.
That is kind of cool.
I remember him telling me that it was this frost area, and it was basically, apparently, the story behind his character was that he fell through 9 dimensions, and then he landed at this area.
Well, shit.
I was like, okay. That's kind of cool.
That's the thing. That is the thing. It is built with Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition for those who are curious. So I mean, stuff like that would totally be possible. So it's crazy what people can do.
Yeah.
With a couple of world building tools and their imagination. But yeah, played a bunch of that. Also, and I beat Cave Story on the over on the Extra Life Stream Team weekly stream that I do. Beat that.
And do you do the weekly stream on Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday from 2 to 4. Although this past week I had to swap with someone because I had family stuff earlier the day on Sunday.
Gotcha.
But yeah, usually it's 2 to 4 on Sundays.
Cool.
Central, 2 to 4 Central, 3 to 5 Eastern. Blah blah blah. But yeah, beat Cave Story, and the game is awesome. But man, that ending just sucker punches you. It's something of a boss rush at the end, and I'm not going to spoil and say what it was, but just a lot of back-to-back bosses that I was not fully prepared for, but I did. I eventually muscled through it. It took a couple of tries at least, and and I'm looking forward to starting up whatever game I choose to do next.
Right.
But then on my own time, I've also been playing. I started up Dark Forces 2, which is so Star Wars Jedi Knight. Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, I think is the full name. It's the sequel to Dark Forces.
Yes.
Star Wars Dark Forces, which was like a Windows 3.1 game from way, way back then. So, and this is the first game in the Jedi Knight series where you get a lightsaber. So, for some reason, Star Wars has been on my mind lately. I don't know. I can't understand it. Right?
Apparently, do not buy Battlefront. That's the one thing you don't want to do.
I don't really have any desire to, honestly.
I don't either.
I mean,
I like shooters like that and stuff, but I have
Yeah.
I don't want it to ruin it for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's an alright game. I don't know. It just doesn't really. At first, I like from the outside looking in, I was like, oh, it at least looks pretty cool. But like and of course, I've heard different things. Some people love it, some people hate it. But
I'm
the more I
assuming-
see about it, I'm just like.
Does this say Battlefront was so shit?
Let's
There's
see.
only 3. Hold on.
Oh.
Battlefront.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. Yeah, if Twitch is blocking it for what Twitch
okay.
chat is being silly. Yeah.
I love Jedi Academy.
Yeah, see, yeah, and that's the thing I'm building up because
You're building up to Jedi Academy?
I've already played through Jedi Academy,
Right.
like, way back in the day, and I wanted to play.
What was the
through
main
it again.
character of Jedi Academy?
Well, there's Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn, and then it was Jason on the second one?
I think it was like Jaden.
Jaden, yeah.
It was some gender ambiguous name because you could create your own character.
Right.
But yeah, it was something like that. It wasn't Jaden.
Kyle Katarn.
It wasn't Jaden. Well, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, Kyle Katarn is the protagonist in every game in the Jedi Knight series except for Academy, where he's a NPC. But and yeah, it's actually kind of cool, like following his story because I know where he eventually ends up. But it's interesting, like seeing his background in Jedi in Dark Forces 1 and 2, and then Jedi Knight and Jedi Outcast.
And
So,
Knights
yeah.
of the Republic definitely was one of my favorite. And lightsaber battles in Battlefront is so...
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Or
see
so fucked, yeah. Or so shit.
Fucked,
yeah.
so shit. I'm just
Was it
assuming.
was it Jason?
Jason.
Was that it? I don't know.
I think that was it. I could have swore. I don't know.
It was something. That's an awfully masculine name. Though.
Yeah.
I would have to look it up because again, they made it something specifically like ambiguous because you can make a male or
But you-
female character.
Could
I
have
don't
swore
know.
one of my favorite Jedi Outcasts is what I'm on now. Pronounced like...
Jaqen? Jaken. I would.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I need to look up a cinematic.
I can't trust
I need to
my-
look up the intro to
Yeah.
that. I remember because you start off at the academy, I
Yeah.
think, and it's getting like...
You're a student. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dash Render. Oh shit!
snap.
That's my jam right there, Mike. You get me.
Shadows of the Empire.
You're the real MVP.
So
Mike.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a game I also want to go back and play. I actually have a copy on the N64 with a working N64. Mike, I did see your post about that earlier. He's looking for a working.
Speaking of Star Wars games,
The
did you
N64.
hear that that Disney Infinity was possibly spoiling the some
reveal?
information on
It's not terribly
on
surprising.
some characters?
Yeah, it's not terribly surprising.
One of them being a very major
I mean,
character.
it's kind of important, yeah. I had not heard that, but I wish I could say that I was surprised. Maybe they were assuming that if somebody...
They didn't reveal any characters. I'll say because I was told what it was, but
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
But it's what one of the characters says. Like, it's during one of his dialogues. And people were like, what?
Yeah. And yeah, just a thing.
Yeah.
Leia's Chewbacca's dad. Dude, don't ruin it, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I that's been one of my favorite things is like I would be reading a comment thread and it would be something completely unrelated to Star Wars, but this was at the height where people were just going into comment threads and just posting spoilers just to be trolls. And like someone would be like, Vader is Luke's dad. Am I doing this right, you guys? Or someone would post like, "Yeah, man, the sex scene with Leia and Chewbacca would made me really uncomfortable." People just posting the most ridiculous thing. Like, okay, I
can do those.
Yeah, I can appreciate the funny spoilers.
Do spoilers matter anymore? I guess it depends on who you are. I mean, honestly, I personally don't care for spoilers. Well, I don't mind spoilers. Spoilers are fine because it doesn't ruin my experience to a fullest extent. I sometimes like playing games, or I sometimes like watching movies and not knowing anything. Luckily, Star Wars wasn't spoiled for me.
Oh, that's good.
So whenever I did see the movie,
It was all fresh.
It was fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Spoilers matter to me, and part of that is just my own personal experience. So the big reveal was spoiled for me hours after the pre-public premiere. So the private premiere on
no
on that
shit.
Tuesday. There were already spoilers all over the place, and it was one of those where it was an animated GIF, and I can't remember what it was, but somebody spent some time to make this. It was an animated GIF of something completely unrelated, and then the middle of it is a spoiler.
Oh, for
It's
fuck's
just
sake!
completely like I had no idea, so I was like, all right, well that sucks, but so I mean it.
Oh, okay. He was meaning more along the lines of if you haven't seen Star Wars yet, then you probably don't care.
Oh, I mean, I've already seen it, and if you haven't seen Star Wars yet, you probably don't care. Maybe you mean the opposite, because if someone hasn't seen Star Wars, I think they would care. If you're asking if you can post spoilers, then I would say absolutely not. That's definitely a no-go. But if just on a general sense, I mean, I'm not a fan of them. I like having a fresh experience on most things, and I get annoyed when people spoil things for me. With certain things more than others, like the ending for Fallout 4 was spoiled for me, but that one didn't really bother me so much, just because I know it's gonna be so long before I fucking play that game. So with some of them, it's like, not a huge deal. But in the case of the Star Wars one, I was like, yeah, let's just delete these people that posted that stuff, because that's not cool. So it depends.
You started the midnight showing of release, and it still got spoiled.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've seen a lot of people say. Like, people will be like, oh, why are people getting so pissed off about spoilers? The movie's been out for 4 days or 5 days now, or a week now. If you haven't seen it already, then you're not a true fan. And it's like, no, you don't understand, because those spoilers happened well before it was available to the public.
Right.
And in all fairness, the theaters have been sold out for a lot of people. And, of course, God help you if you work a night shift or don't have the don't have the ability to, attend a movie theater during regular hours. So, yeah.
LG88 will live again. What about HK-47?
I'm actually not familiar with HK-47.
Isn't he the assassin droid in the Knights of the Republic series?
I know, I know the not phase, but I know the character that you're talking about. So yeah, I have no idea. I actually haven't played through KOTOR.
What?
I have not played through KOTOR. I got pretty far into it.
Okay.
It was on a borrowed Xbox, or I think I borrowed the game from someone or something. I don't know. I didn't actually own the game. I do have it on Steam now, though. Meatbag. Meatbag. Yes, I'm very familiar with that phrase. Yeah, Gandalf is the Supreme Leader Snoke. Peter Jackson has been... Yeah, no, these are all completely understandable things. Yeah.
Peter Jackson has been...
Use the Force, Harry. Yeah, I enjoy the fake spoilers. Those are fun jokes.
Okay, I was right. HK-47.
HK-47, yeah,
is the robot's name.
Yeah, so I have no idea what his fate is in the KOTOR games.
Nobody
one
does.
nor two. No, ooh, even better.
Well, I mean, you can, I guess, if you download the because KOTOR 2 wasn't actually a finished game.
Really, I didn't know that.
No,
Oh,
it never was finished. So, but they have a lot of the files in there in the game, and then people kind of pieced it together and then made a mod for it that you can download.
That's cool.
And they try to complete the game for you. I mean, it's completed up with the main story. Like the main story is with the dark light side, but then there was extra stories that never got resolved.
Okay,
So
interesting. The more you know, the more we learn.
yes,
That's awesome. But man, we got off on a whole bunch of tangents.
Yeah, we did.
So Mike posted some topics. So I'm gonna do the old.
So
old
it was
school.
Cloud in Super Smash Brothers, Game of the Year, and Kojima into bed, getting into bed with Sonny.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with?
Just in the order in which they were posted.
Sure.
I think the Kojima one was first. Yeah, that's fairly fresh in our minds. I know we talked a little bit about this last week. Not so much the Sony thing, just the fact that he's doing things now. And as for being in bed with Sony, I mean, of course, yeah, they made the big announcement with I guess it was the Sony CEO. Was that the CEO?
Well, I think he's just. I'm not sure if he's the CEO. I'm not sure what his title is in general.
Some bigwig executive
Yes.
person at Sony.
I know he does all the Sony conferences though. I know he's every single one.
So he's a big deal
Yeah.
at Sony. Definitely. That's his title. His name tag says.
And
big deal.
he has been learning to speak Japanese for the past 10 years.
Oh.
And that's how he was able to talk to Kojima during the little reveal thing.
Learning Japanese. You think he's learning Japanese? You really think so? Alright, I'll see you guys later. Stream's over. Stream's canceled. I hate
But
this.
yeah, so Kojima has it opened up his own company. Not company. What is it?
Production
studio.
That's what I would call it.
And
Big D.
I wouldn't say he's in bed with Sony, since he is just making an exclusive franchise for Sony, because that's just what he does. He needed to get a platform to work with, but his studio itself isn't with Sony. Like, Sony doesn't own his studio, I should say. So I expect a lot of stuff for multiple platforms from Kojima.
Well, we know that. Well, I don't know if we know this, but it's probably safe to assume that his games will probably wind up on the PC.
Yeah, most likely.
I don't know about Xbox One. That I can't answer. If it seems like there's some sort of deal that he has cut with Sony, I don't know the details of it personally. So
we got Adam the Jokester. So when you're training for it, you're kind
of a big deal.
Of a big deal.
Yeah, that's like they give you a little like slap-on name tag, one of those little sticker ones. Called that's the time. Yeah, we can keep going forever. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So, obviously, it's gonna be an exclusive for Sony. The first game is. I'm kind of excited for it because Kojima makes great games.
He does.
No matter what he works on, and then especially oh man, god damn! I just want Silent Hill. Just fucking bring it back. Kojima, call up Guillermo. Call up Guillermo and tell him. Say you're gonna call it something else.
Yeah.
Be like, we won't call it Silent Hills.
Loud Mountains.
You know what? I'd still buy it. Fuck it.
I don't know.
You get into the game, it says Silent Hills, even though the box art says Loud Mountains.
It's Silent Hill with his or Z. With a Z. Yeah, Silent Hills. So extreme. Silent Hills. Full Metal. What's up, man?
What's up, man? You should be playing WoW right now. You can get time to watch our stream. I'm just playing. Kyle's been fucking playing like a madman.
Oh, has he?
I swear he has 20 characters already. He has 6 of each class.
Man.
That's more than 20, but,
Let's go with it, yeah, sure.
He's been going buck wild.
Going buck wild, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. The Sony thing doesn't really bother me, but I think part of that is just because I don't really know the details of it.
Right.
We probably won't know.
For a while.
But, I mean, I don't know. Most of the Metal Gear games were PlayStation exclusives for a long time. I mean, if they do indeed cut some sort of exclusivity deal with Sony, to me I'd be like, it's nothing really new, honestly. I mean, so I don't know. It doesn't really impact me personally. And you have a PS4, so I mean, it's
whatever he comes out with, I'll buy it most likely.
Yeah, it's probably worthwhile, and making his own.
They're
studio.
based in Compton. You have got to be shitting me.
What is?
Is his studio? Is his studio based in Compton? Is this what you're saying?
I hope not. That would be awful. Yeah.
Oh no! Are you talking about a game based in Compton?
I don't know.
Oh fuck.
We'll see what. So while there's the Twitch delay, there was a couple other things Mike had asked about.
Cloud in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
This is more you. You tell me how Cloud's doing in Smash Brothers.
I fucking love it. Silent Hills. Oh shit, that would be spooky. That would be sufficiently spooky.
Silent Hills based in Compton.
Yeah,
that would be fucking awesome.
That would be.
I would seriously play that game.
Yeah, I would enjoy it.
I want fucking gangsters up and talking to me about some spooky shit.
That would be spoopy, very spoopy. But yeah, man, Cloud and Smash Brothers. So I did. So after the Nintendo Direct a couple weeks ago, they of course announced a couple new characters, Bayonetta and what's the other guy's name? Fire Emblem character number 6. I can't remember, but
there's a lot of Fire Emblem.
There are, and there's been a lot of. They've been catching a lot of heat for it, but I mentioned this last week. I mean, the Fire Emblem games are pretty popular here. They are stupid popular in Japan, and it's a Japanese game, so it's like, what do you want from them, man? They're gonna do what's popular, but yes, that same day though they did make Cloud character available for both Wii U and 3DS. And I, of course, immediately gobbled it up and have been and tried him out with his story mode as well, like just the classic mode, and just playing a couple rounds just to get a feel for it. And I really enjoy it. I mean, Justin knows I haven't played through Final Fantasy VII, so like so my familiarity with his moves and whatnot don't quite hit as significantly for me. But as kind of an outsider looking in, his moveset is awesome. He doesn't quite have as much air game, so to speak. I mean, his air attacks are pretty strong, but when they hit,
can he do does his abilities have names? Do you know their names?
They do. I would have to look them up. I mean,
Okay.
every character's abilities all
Have
have
names,
Yeah,
okay.
every single one has a unique name.
You just call it up B,
up B,
down B.
neutral air, down A, down air, down lean, side lane. Yeah, there's all those. But if you're knocked off a platform, you're trying to get back. His up B isn't super strong by default. Well, doesn't cover a whole lot of ground by default. The limit break version of it does, but yeah, the whole way the whole limit break works, where as you take damage, it charges up the limit break, and once it's charged up, you
Oh
can
my
use
god,
it.
this is so
Yeah,
awesome!
but you also as down B will charge it up manually. So either way, once you have a limit break charged up, one of his special moves uses the limit broken version of it, but it's a one-time thing, and you have to charge it back up. So if you're knocked off a platform and you need to use that up B, the limit broken version of his up B is much stronger and propels him a lot further, but it's a one-time thing.
I bet
so.
it's like Climb Hazard. I bet
It's
that's his
it's the
up
one where he lifts the sword up and then optionally can also slam it back down immediately after.
B. Yeah, it's Climb Hazard.
So, which is pretty effective, honestly.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, so he's a really strong character, but I think they tried to balance it out by making it such that it's a little bit tougher to get back to being knocked off a platform or something like that under certain circumstances.
Okay.
But pretty strong fighter. I am so hyped for Bayonetta. Holy shit! I already feel like she's gonna be my favorite character. I've never.
She's not in it yet?
Not yet. Well, I mean, it's gonna be February 2016, I think. So it's gonna be a little while.
So they introduced them, but they haven't implemented them all.
Yeah, they announced them. Yeah, kind of like how Cloud was announced. When was that? September,
Yes.
I think, and then only was implemented in December.
Oh,
So-
okay.
or made public or made available in December. Let's call it that.
Given Rick Face, Tupac could be the final villain, but would he die? Only to
I'm gonna let
rise
you
again.
finish. I'll let you finish.
Oh my god. I imagine that Tupac, like, you would try to fire a gun at him, and he would just become ethereal.
Could be and then and then resurrect, or what is the album Resurrection? I think that's the album.
Yes.
Yeah, resurrect behind you and just beat the shit out. I don't fucking know. Yeah,
But he would. Oh god. I want this game.
spoopy. Spoopy is what it would be.
So, Cloud's a good character.
I enjoy him. I'll be interested to see what I actually haven't looked to see what the MLG super hardcore people will say about him. I'm sure it's probably fairly mixed. But yeah, I like it. And then I think for the last topic, he was asking about Game of the Year opinions. I know we'd
Yes,
also talked
so
about
we
that
had
a
that
little
on
bit.
the list, I think. Today, so.
Yeah.
Game of the Year opinions. Yes, gladly. I personally think I've not played Witcher 3, I will say, but I have watched a lot of gameplay of Witcher 3. I would say that it would be an amazing game for Game of the Year, but
Yeah.
I don't want to pick a game that I have not played.
Yeah.
So, Fallout's kind of fresh in my mind. I want to say Fallout, but let me think on it for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know anything?
Again, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, where it's like, games I haven't played, but I've heard are really good. My contenders would either be Witcher 3 or Undertale.
Ooh, I've heard very good
'cause
things
I've
about
heard-
Undertale.
And according to GameFAQs, it's the greatest game ever.
Really?
Kappa. It was a thing where it wasn't 4chan, was it 8chan? I don't know. One of the chans basically rated GameFAQs because they were doing a poll. They basically and Link to the Past was going to win, but then they rated the poll and now it's Undertale, and everyone says like, okay, we all know what really happened, but
Yeah.
it's the greatest game ever. It's a really good fucking game based on everything I've heard about it. I've heard it's the kind of game where, and I think I'd mentioned to you, one of my buddies who when he plays a game like this, it makes him want to not play other games for a while because it's like nothing like it's just going to be a disappointment in comparison to this awesome gaming experience I just had.
Yep.
Apparently, Undertale is one of those games, but I haven't played it yet. I will eventually scoop it up, I'm sure. It's only a matter of time.
I've heard very good things about Undertale. I watched some gameplay of Undertale, and I was like, man, this is the most trickiest fucking game. Because, like,
Yeah.
the NPCs sometimes trick you into thinking,
Yeah.
like they tell you something to do. They're like, do this. I'm going to mark this for you. Please do this. And then it's like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? You told me to do it.
Yeah. The game messes with your feels, from what I
Yes,
understand.
and I was watching Total Biscuit had a pretty good video about it the other day, and it was his top 10 of the year, and his number 1 was Undertale.
Nice.
And he was saying that the game allows you to break it. It allows you to break itself. Like, the game actually kind of wants you to break it.
Yeah.
It's
It's masochistic.
yes. So, I would say as far as, like, fun games to play, with not just anything with compelling story or whatnot, but I would say Rocket League's up there for me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Rocket League.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Want to play more of it.
Overwatch. I only had Overwatch for a fucking weekend, and that game was so good. God, it was so good. That is going to be a great game. I wish I had a longer time in that beta.
Soon, man.
Very soon. I mean, it's going to be released soon, so I mean, I don't have to wait much longer. And God, that is going to be such a good game.
Do they have a release date?
I believe it's May.
Okay, it's gonna be May.
It's gonna be.
God, I
May.
hate myself so much right now.
Every little thing. I'm just kidding.
Feels so dirty. I need a shower.
Ooh, Ark. I haven't. I completely forgot about that. And Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid, Phantom Pain. I didn't play that, but I want to think that I played it because I literally watched like 2 days worth of fucking gameplay on that,
2 days
and I
worth of
feel
fucking.
like I played it. You know, I feel like I've seen everything that game has to offer just by watching people play it.
Uh-huh.
God, that was fucking good. I would say if I had to pick a game, whether I played it or not, probably Phantom Pain would be it for me. That story was fucking good.
It's so feelsy.
The way that Kojima wrapped it up, so good.
Nice.
And I remember I told you I wouldn't spoil it, so I'll
I'm
continue.
Undertale.
I will continue not spoiling it.
Too real, Adam. Too real.
Amazing.
Yeah. Out of games that I've played, because I've played so few new games this year, I would probably have to default to Rocket League.
Yeah.
Just because that's the only new game that
if I'm thinking like a new game that I've played, it's either going to be Fallout or Rocket League because they're the only two that I've actually purchased this year and played.
Yeah, I think the only other new game that I've bought and played this year was Sword Coast Legends. That's been kind of a disappointment, but it'll get there. But man, does it have a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it goes. But yeah, all excellent topics and all excellent suggestions of like different games and different opinions. I mean, yeah, God, Metal Gear Solid. God, I'm sure. I don't doubt anything that I'm hearing about it. I mean,
it's
the
good.
hype. The
it's
hype
very
is real and worth it. And
ooh, Arkham Knight.
Especially the Steam version, right?
I played it on PS4. Thank God.
Yeah.
And Amanda beat the shit out of that game.
So I've heard you talk about that. Yeah.
She 100% of that game.
Nice.
I helped her only just with the last bit because it was kind of time consuming.
Yeah.
So we kind of shared the last bit, but that game was very good. The story was
awesome.
pretty all right.
Pretty all right.
It wasn't great by any means.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the characters though. The characters definitely felt real.
Bloodborne. Was that this year? I didn't realize that was this year.
Bloodborne was this year.
Oh shit!
I think it was back in April or May.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Well, if I'd forgotten entirely about Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
And again, I haven't played it, but
I have not played Bloodborne, and I own a PS4. What am I doing with my life?
God, I've heard it's so good.
I've heard it's insanely good.
I've heard it's Dark Souls 1 good. Like
Ooh.
that level of good.
Really?
So I've heard. Yeah.
I will say that I tried to pick up Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it. I was playing through it, and I was like, this just doesn't. It's not getting me.
Yeah, that's
It's not-
what I've heard.
I'm like probably like 50% done.
Mhm.
I'd say, but it's just I'm not getting it.
Yeah. I have a couple friends that love the shit out of Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, and they're both like, Dark Souls 2, it's not a bad game, it's a good game.
No, yeah.
It's just, it's missing something. It doesn't quite have the soul that the first one had. Pun very much intended. Dank Souls.
Dark Souls 1, man, that game opened
Mike,
up my
it's your favorite.
eyes that games could be difficult again. You know,
Yeah.
I thought with more of a 3D platform that games kind of naturally had to become easier because of the way that the game mechanics have to work.
Yeah.
And then Dark Souls proved me wrong.
Yeah. And not just difficult, but challenging in such a way that it's not... I mean, of course there are frustrations, but not that it feels like the game is cheating you. If you fuck up a Dark Souls, get good, motherfucker. That's like, there's
really
no
all you gotta
excuse.
do, yeah. I love the fact that when you get hit, it is a severe detriment to you. Like, I mean, it takes like either a quarter or half your health out, and you're like, fuck. Like, and especially if somebody hits you really hard.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's almost an instant kill if you're not blocking or if you don't dodge.
It's like how
it rewards you for playing well.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. And of course, you know, I always think about games where you're kind of running and gunning, where you're a super mega dude. Maybe not by story, but like by virtue of having a lot of hit points. Whereas it takes 1 or 2 shots to kill your average bro.
Right.
Whereas Dark Souls, you are an average bro along with other average bros, and everyone's kind of equally matched for better or worse. So yeah, I love that fucking game, dude. Holy shit, love that fucking game. And because I enjoy
setting puppies
on fire. Yep. Well, you know me too well, Mike. I mean, come on. Why do you think I've been treating Dexter so well lately? I mean, Soon, Dexter. Soon. As he looks at me.
Dexter said he will catch you on fire first.
Yes, he will. He will. He said that to me once. It's weird. We have a weird dynamic.
You wake up, he's
Me and
just
my
looking
dick.
at you. That would be terrifying.
That would be.
He's
this
telling you, he's like-
tiny ass little dog, 6 pound.
But he's got like a deep ass voice. He's like, Alex,
Soon, motherfucker.
soon. And then he just lays down.
Yep. And then I'm like, what? And he's just like, woof. Like, you know, he just
Like,
goes
you
back
just
into
go back-
regular dog mode.
How would you feel?
I would promptly, like, I wouldn't even, like, put on shoes. I would, like, just get up, walk out the door, and just keep walking. No coat, no jacket. I would just,
Woof woof, motherfucker.
no, wouldn't grab my keys, no cell phone. I would just never turn back, never look back. Yeah, Adam gets it.
Yep.
Adam gets it. That's how it would go. Good shit.
That is good shit.
Good shit. We have some topics.
We do. I didn't even pull it up
we
yet.
have some
Hold on.
topics, yeah. Yeah, I know. I had added a handful of them.
You did.
And
I saw that.
I couldn't. I didn't see if I didn't look this today. If Justin had updated the list.
I did not. I just went with what you had.
Oh shit.
Because I just wanted to talk about end of year stuff.
Mm-hmm. End of year stuff was most. I added one non-end of year thing, but it's been a fairly recent thing. Just because it's been making the rounds news wise, but everything else is just reflections on 2015 and projections for 2016.
Okay. So, what happened with Steam on Christmas Day?
Oh,
you
yes.
put this on here, and I didn't catch anything. What happened Christmas? Oh, the privacy. The okay.
Kind of shit the bed. I think I described it. Yeah, we're seeing kind of shit the bed
They did.
on. I think it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Like the afternoon of Christmas Day. So yeah, people suddenly have a hard time logging into Steam, and some people that are logged into Steam see that why is it displaying in a different language? Or that's not my username or my account name, or oh god, this is someone else's
How does
game
this
library.
happen?
Caching issues apparently.
Really?
Supposedly, that's so Steam. So there's this big thing where people were able to view someone else's library and play someone else's games, and view their own personal information. Not full credit cards, but at least the last 4 digits of a credit
And
card.
their address.
Their actual honest to god address, their phone number, email address, full name. A lot of very private information that could totally be used and does totally get used in social engineering scams by people who practice identity theft. Is really all you can really call it via social engineering. So it was kind of shitty, and it was like that not for a couple minutes. It was like that for like an hour. Valve says it was less than an hour. And the jury is out if that's quite the case. If it was less than an hour, it would be like 59 minutes because people were clocking in problems at a little bit over an hour.
Total Biscuit actually posted a picture of him going to the Steam library, opening it up, and then it's saying someone else's name, and it's like someone else's games, and it's like all their games, and he was like, "These aren't mine.
Yeah,
these are not mine."
That was fucked, dude. Steam was really dropped the ball, and there, as someone who works with software development, stuff like this, it throws off so many red flags. Holy shit. There are things called test servers where you have a caching thing that you're trying to test. And, hey, let's just push it to production. And why test and test when you can test in production? You're using real data, right? What's the worst that could happen? Holy shit, that's such an awful
This is the worst
practice.
that could happen.
That is such
Well,
an
it's not
awful
even the
practice.
worst. It could have lasted longer.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been worse. They did say Valve did say that supposedly at least there was no fraudulent activity, which is good. And I don't know how they can prove that, but okay, if I can take their word at face value, even with some caveats, okay, that's good. I'm glad you have said that, Valve. But a lot of people like Destructoid and Kotaku and all these other, and TechRaptor and all these other places are just saying, Valve, you need to fucking say something about this. They did put forth, I think it was on Twitter or something, basically saying, yep, we had a caching issue, things are resolved now, we should be good. See you later. And it's been radio silent since then. And people are like, no, guys, that's not how this works. When there's a breach of data, and that's what this was. It wasn't by a third party, because you admitted that it was on your end, but still, data was totally being displayed. Very sensitive data was being displayed to people that, it doesn't belong to, and that's the kind of shit where, again, like, identity theft is a real thing, and it's a real problem. People's lives get ruined because of that. And it's something that if you're responsible for it, then not only do you need to announce that there was a problem, but offer something, even if it's not just a shitty apology.
They were extremely quiet.
Even if it's not like a half-hearted apology, in a perfect world, they would offer coverage on one of the multiple services that do identity theft protection. Basically, they'll monitor things like your social security number, your credit card, and things, blah, 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 to make sure that there's no weird activity, weird business going on where, I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but it would at least allow for some level of protection. But, and there are people, of course, creating Steam tickets saying, hey, guys, you need to give us more information, and they would reply with a copy and pasted catch-all response saying, oh, the problem is fixed. If you have any other questions, go here for more information about Steam's security policies. Valve, you're such a cool company most of the time, but when you fuck up like this, it really makes me question your level of coolness. So that's kind of shitty. And again, I'm glad that so far, at least, we haven't heard of anyone's lives being fucking ruined out of this, but it could totally happen.
Yeah.
And
it's quite a bit of information.
It is, and it bums me out that they haven't recognized how serious of a problem this could potentially be, well, already is and could potentially be, in addition to the existing issue.
Mike says, PC Master Race, not so masterful, huh? Welcome to the earth, you false gods. I will say that we're still high up here in the high heavens, and then Steam was just Tyrael falling down.
Our saviors are imperfect gods.
Yes. Get at me when your console can run a solid state. PS4 can run solid state.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I use the PayPal on Steam, and I don't think my address forgot since I moved. Okay, so I know they have a lot of people were able to buy games using PayPal.
Yeah.
Using someone else's PayPal. So
yeah,
good luck.
Yeah, of course, if you had your payment information saved, then that's really bad. Don't do that ever in any service. If like even Amazon, like just as a general practice. So we're going into a tangent here, but there are two types of companies here. The types of companies that have been hacked and the types of companies that don't know they've been hacked. So it's just better to just assume the worst and just not save your shit.
Yeah, I typically do not save any credit card information.
Yeah.
Enter it manually.
Yeah, it's the nature.
It's a simple task.
It is. It's the nature of the world we live in right now, where people are out to steal data, and they do it a lot, and they do it more often than we'll ever be aware. So just don't save your shit. It's such a pain in the ass that there are shitty people that do that, but that's the reality of our surroundings. But I digress. So, I don't know. I can't remember actually where I was going. I was going somewhere, but I don't know. I've already derailed myself so many times. But in any case, that was some shit. I know they did mention that because it was only affecting certain cached users, that it didn't affect all users. So Adam, I saw your note about asking about how fucked you are. If you didn't notice any problems, then you're probably not fucked, and that probably goes true for most of us. If you never saw yourself logged into someone else, then you're probably good. But again, this is all speculation and assumptions, which is not something we should be going off of. What we should be going off of is a Valve's official word, which they have not really given us. Why are you fucking us over, Valve? Gaben, you are better than this. The salt. I'm just spewing salt out of every orifice, every single one, just salt everywhere.
I'll have to, whenever I go and add some more pictures and stuff, I'm going to add a salt picture that I can just turn on, and it will sprinkle salt over me or you.
Yeah. Yeah, have it so that, if you can, position it right based on our... Because we're usually... I'm usually on the left side, I'm usually on the right, yeah. So, we can totally do that, yeah. If you would see me right now, I would say, a hailstorm of salt shakers. Not even individual, it's just, entire salt shakers full of salt.
Jesus.
I know, it's fucking killing people. It's bad. Just don't do it. Anyway, I talked a whole lot. I always hate to hog this shit. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you. I think that, first off, people need to take precautions on what kind of information you're saving on a company's servers.
Yep.
Obviously your address and stuff, that's kind of natural things that they ask for on setup and everything.
And usually it's required.
And it's typically required, especially if you're purchasing something from them. So
yeah, they gotta ship something.
Right. And
shake it like that.
I would say, never save your credit card info.
Yeah.
Even if it does require that verification each time, they're still going to get your numbers, and 3-digit CVV is not that hard to fucking mash through. So
yeah.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
I
would say, Steam, the Valve dropped the ball. I think something fucked up, and they have not picked it up yet. So I haven't been following it completely. I just know that I was hearing all the goody information whenever I was looking for games on what was it, Friday? Was it Friday that this happened? Was it Christmas Day?
I think it was Christmas Day, which presumably would be Friday.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know, man. That's some shit. And of course, in the way if I had to guess how it all went down, this was probably not... Whoever committed that change that fucked everything up probably was not sanctioned. It was probably somebody... And I've been in a similar situation where I've been the fuck upper, as opposed to the fuck uppy, but someone who commits something accidentally or commits to what they think is a test server, and it's actually production. And oh shit! The difference here is that this was Christmas Day. I'm sure they were running a skeleton crew. That would probably explain why they didn't pick it up for like an hour ish. Quotations around that. So, I mean, it was a convergence of bad things that happened. So I mean, it sucks that it happened, and again, there's so
I couldn't imagine being Gabe Newell getting the call on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day, and I like to think that when he got the call, his eyes like burst forth in flames, and like he turned it, he like had like an overlord voice, like "I'll see you soon." Hangs up the phone. The phone.
Yeah, hey guys.
The phone melts.
Yeah.
So. And then he like bursts to the ceiling. Yeah, we could go on forever. Yeah, he goes Super Saiyan, destroys the moon. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just going nuts here. So
I want this to be a fucking comic.
I kind of want to
so bad.
I want to see a modded version of Grand Theft Auto 5 where you're playing as Super Saiyan Gaben.
That would be
and you're
so
just
amazing.
Beating the shit out of people, blowing up cars.
Well, we fucked up. Gonna have to release Half-Life 3 now. Like they have it they have it backlogged.
Dude, if they had that as like a break in case of emergency and it's a big old lambda symbol with a 3 next to it, I'm fucking done. I give up.
I want him to go
crowbar
up.
to break the glass.
Right, it's a crowbar, but it's like fucking gold plated, you know? And he's just like, this is what I have to do.
It is time.
And then he breaks open. But he doesn't just get to break it open, he has to chisel through a wall using the crowbar.
Oh shit. He has to pry it open with it. Yeah,
yes.
With the crowbar, yeah. Yeah, like its chest. Ark of the Covenant.
Oh my god.
Kills everyone around it. But he doesn't
They need this.
This, I'm like, the more we're talking about this, so now I'm feeling better. Now I'm happy, Alex.
Yes.
I was angry, Alex, for a bit. We went to a place.
And what's up, CP Master?
Yeah,
nice
so
to have you back.
Oh yeah, CP Master, what's up, man? And saw Adam's note about health insurance. There are obviously some companies that do require like the actual shit, which with a health insurance company, I would hope that they're decently secure. In some cases, you really can't get around that, and I understand that. But unless it's absolutely necessary, please don't save your shit.
Just as the prophecies foretold.
Yes, as it is written, so it shall be done. It is just as I foretold.
I still believe the comic that Half-Life's going to come out. It's going to solve, or Half-Life 3 is going to come out. It's going to solve world hunger and peace, and everybody's just going to enjoy their life. And then Gabe's going to die a happy man on his deathbed.
He has a dead man switch for when he dies. It's his
heart rate monitor.
This is the ideas,
great.
Man. The ideas. Woo!
Jesus.
We could keep going all day if we're not careful. We should pick another topic before we derail ourselves further.
Let me get another one out here. So, one of the topics you said was best gaming moments.
Yeah.
Of 2015.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter what you played.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be anything that came out new this year. What was your favorite thing playing this year?
Favorite thing, or even just in general, like new things that happened that were cool in the gaming universe. I mean, I feel like I'm obligated, and Mike will probably agree with me. I'm like, I think I probably signed a contract somewhere written in blood that I have to say Extra Life. Extra Life was pretty fucking baller this year. I mean, the amount of build up that I had for it. I mean, you understand.
I want you to fucking like take off this shirt and you have like another shirt on and it's an Extra Life shirt.
I'm not gonna say that I own 3 Extra Life shirts, Justin. That would be outrageous. Why would I own only 3 Extra Life shirts? I actually own 4, so it's totally not weird.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, Extra Life was fucking baller this year, dude. Holy shit. I mean, the last time I looked at the ticker, it was like 7.4 million. And still going. We've got a couple more days, man. We can still get a 7.5. Fucking A right, Mike. See, I knew you would get me on this one. But holy shit, it was I do. Yeah, I can't lie. No, but yeah, it was so good. I mean, both from a national level, we did so crapping well, but also from a local level, St. Louis, we really kicked it, and we're gonna do even better for next year. I'm already excited. We already have an event planned for Friday, so we're this Friday, January 1st. So we're starting off strong.
That ain't no shit.
But holy shit, it was awesome, and from a personal level, it was awesome getting to see so many of my friends and family hopping on board with me to donate or share posts and whatnot. It far exceeded my expectations, and I it's not that I had low expectations, I just didn't know what to expect. But holy shit, it was great. It was gratifying seeing all the things and getting to see a little bit closer firsthand on what Children's Miracle Network does with all this money that we're raising for them and all the good things that they do. Feels good, man. Feels good. That, if I had to pick one, and again, it's totally biased. Of course, I'm being the president of the fucking guild in St. Louis. I'm gonna say that, but it was fucking great, dude. And next year's will probably be the same.
What's up, Icebreaker?
Icebreaker, what's up, dude? Or just or Dudette. I should get away from always assuming that everyone is male when it comes to Twitch chat. But yes, thank you for joining. Cool individual who is awesome. Hulk Hogan. if
he Hulk Hogan a shirt right now,
dude, this is my
dream have the guild shirt on.
I also love Dream Theater more than life itself, so no, I'm not gonna rip my Dream Theater shirt, of which I only own 6. So yeah,
I want them to be all the same though.
Yeah, you open up my closet. It's like that episode of Doug. You remember that one where he opens up his closet? It's the same fucking outfit, like Einstein or some shit. How about you, Justin? What was your favorite gaming moment of 2015?
Ooh, gaming moment.
And also for you, the viewers, what was your favorite gaming moment of 2015? Could be anything.
I will say probably my favorite gaming moment was that Extra Life. I will say, and we were playing Keep Talking, and Nobody Explodes.
Yes.
We had everyone in that game.
Man.
Like me and Brad, I remember we're sitting in
Control Center.
We called it the Control Center because we had like 3 teams and they each had different tasks. So like the person playing was sitting behind like a TV, and then we were sitting on the other side of the TV. We couldn't see anything. We could only hear whatever. And I remember like the person playing is like, okay, right team or team number 1 or mission control, whatever we decided to call ourselves at the time.
The away team.
They were like, all right, mission control, we need you to I'm going to give you some numbers, and we're going to go through this route, here's the wires. And then the Morse code. Fuck, that was so hard, man.
Yeah.
Morse code was the most insane one.
Yeah.
We got that completed once. We
really?
only did that once.
It's fucking tough.
It is very tough. And I remember I was the one playing when we had to do the Morse code one, and it was Brad and Eric Keno that actually got it.
Nice.
They were like, read over it one more time. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And they're like, okay, enter this in.
Bing.
Right, and it was our last module. Yeah. God, that game is seriously one of the best games I've ever played in a party setting.
Coming down to the wire, literally.
So good.
So fucking good. Did you ever get to the, I can't remember what they call them, but the persistent modules where the timer counts down double as long as they're active, and when you disable them, they'll re-enable after 30 seconds? There's like a word for them. I think it's after the halfway point.
Are they the annoying modules? Is that what they're called?
Or like the persistent modules. I can't remember. But you can solve them, but it only disables them temporarily.
That is fucking stupid.
And it's something where like the timer either counts down double or it does something bad when they're active. So like you have to keep coming like, okay, like the ideal strategy would be to read off a whole bunch of shit. Okay, guys, you take care of that. I gotta re-disable the module, so you do your thing.
That's right. That's right. No. We did run into those. We did run into those. Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
All right. Do the timer. Do the timer again. Yeah.
That's some shit.
Because I remember Eric would always remind me. He'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get this. Okay, do the timer. And then like I would have to flip the fucking case over, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, here we go.
And what if there's 2 bombs? Oh god. Oh, love that game, but it's so stressful.
The 2 bombs was fun. 2 bombs was pretty damn fun.
Yeah.
Playing the Hidden on game day.
The Hidden, oh my gosh, I love that game.
The Hidden is so fun.
Much.
What's up? And CB Master, go ahead, man.
The hell out of everyone,
just share with us. Fuck, the Hidden is so fun. That's a Hidden Source, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Source. Love that game so freaking much. And if you like the Hidden, and Adam's with me on this one, you should also play Depth. Because holy shit, fucking, he beat me to it. Oh, damn it. Curse you.
Depth at the LAN party.
Yeah, Depth was good. Depth was
awesome.
Good. If you like the Hidden, you owe it to yourself to play Depth.
Yep.
It plays differently. I mean, the mechanics are the same, where you have a team of 1 or 2 ultra mega badasses and a couple of people have to work together. but in an underwater setting. Oh, it's so good. So fucking fun. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. God, that game was so good.
If anyone else has some great ones this year, I will say probably a close runner-up is playing Rocket League. I think Rocket League
That game is fun.
Was an insanely fun game.
It's one of the most, like, I don't know how good. And the word pure isn't quite described it, but like, easiest to get into just fun games where
very fun game.
And again, not even casual. But I struggle with trying to find the right word for it, but like the difficulty curve, everything of just pick it up and just fuck around with it and figure it out, and within no time you're nailing trick shots like a boss, and it feels so good. Fun game, and I saw someone describe it where it's the kind of game where even if you suck at it, you're still, unless you're intentionally knocking goals into your own ball in your own goal, you being there and trying to do stuff is helping, even if you feel like you're shit. I know that feel. Yeah, it's fucking love that game.
Like just the satisfaction of knocking someone's goal away, you know.
So good, and you get the little note like savior or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it was like savior or guardian. One of the two.
Guardian, yeah, feels fucking good. I want to play that forever.
I did
Bean Boozled. What is Bean Boozled?
What is
and
that?
if it got nasty, do I want to know?
Ooh, what kind of nasty we talking about?
Keep going, please.
What about while everyone else kind of is going through and catching up? You said that what are some things you're looking forward to in 2016?
2016. Do I have to say it? I'm gonna say Extra Life. I'm gonna say Extra Life again. I'll say something different. So, in addition to Extra Life, which I'm sure is gonna be even better, and if you want to sign up, you should totally go to extra-life.org.
If you want to sign up, just go to extralife.com.
This stream is sponsored by
Extra-Life.
I'm kidding. Extra-life.org. Awesome charity organization that I'm involved in, and I'm very much biased for. But in addition to that,
you don't even really need to be biased though, because it is a great organization.
it is. Yeah, before I even was involved in it, I thought it was fucking great. Back when you first got involved in it, before I even had signed up, I thought it was fucking cool. I still do. But something different though, which is also kind of predictable. MagFest gonna be awesome. It's gonna be off the hook. As far as games are concerned, I would probably stick with the easy route and say New Zelda. I'm pretty certain it's gonna come out in 2016. I'm pretty certain it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited, just based on the stuff we've seen about it and stuff that I've read.
Does anyone know what the story is? Like, does anyone know who it is?
No inkling at all. I'm fairly certain that it's going to be a male Link, probably. That's all I know. That's all I know for the time being. It's going to be It's going to have a fairly large open world. Open being in quotations, just because I don't know how open.
Is this what they were trying to preview before when they were like, "See those mountains back there? You can visit those mountains."
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what that is. Yeah. Just very small, short little snippets. But I'm hyped for that game. That's probably my number one for the time being.
Adam says, new Hitman game, new Deus Ex.
New
XCOM.
New
XCOM.
Hitman.
I'm actually kind of excited about the new XCOM. I think I'm starting to enjoy tactical RPGs more.
Man.
I think my first one that kind of, what should I say, popped my cherry was, the Banner Saga.
Everyone remembers their first. Oh, nice.
The Banner Saga was like my first one actually
Yeah.
going through and playing it. And then I bought XCOM. I bought the XCOM series, Enemy
OG?
Unknown. Enemy Unknown.
Oh, okay.
Um,
The original XCOM. So if you ever feel like you're good at video games, the original XCOM games were a great way of curing that ailment.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because
even Enemy Unknown was fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, a game was extremely
yeah.
difficult. I like the fact of tactical RPGs where you lose your character.
Yeah,
Like-
some do that, yeah.
Yeah, if one of the characters dies and you don't resurrect him in time or you don't do something,
Permadead.
he's permadead.
Yep.
And XCOM did that to you
Mhm.
pretty well. And they had a roll mechanic, I guess, so it's like similar to D&D, where each time any person attacked, they had a chance for a critical, like a headshot. God, I had fucking worked this guy up, man. He was like my first like actual character, and he had like the best armor. God, he was fucking loaded out, and he got headshot, and I watched him die in one hit right in front of me, and I was like, no! So I reloaded and tried to play again. So.
Yeah. Dude, that's always so real when that shit happens. The Fire Emblem games are a perfect example of a game that will do that shit to you. It's like, nope, your favorite character is dead. Dead. Get good. I mean, there's a setting where they're permadead. You can play, like, fucking Kesha mode or whatever, where You can reload.
Fucking casual mode.
It's probably not called that.
Dirty casual.
Dirty, filthy casual.
Casual mode. Justin doesn't play Iron Man mode. Load them saves.
Iron Man. Yeah, maybe that's what it's called. I don't know. Whatever it's called.
Speaking of Iron Man, I kind of want to do the Iron Man challenge in WoW.
What is the Iron Man challenge?
The Iron Man challenge in Warcraft, World of Warcraft, is you level all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot equip anything better than white quality gear, which means it has no stats on it. You cannot have a spec, so you cannot have a specialization on your character.
Oh God.
You cannot train for new abilities, which you can't do that anymore, anyways.
No.
Yeah.
Damn, son. Geek Way to the West. That's a good one. Yeah.
And no groups, no XP bonuses, no nothing.
God. I mean, I've never even played WoW, and that sounds impossible.
It's there's not that many that have completed it.
Doesn't sound like
it's very difficult.
It's a challenge.
It is a challenge, but there
challenge.
are a lot of people who... There's not a lot of people who've done it, but there is a leaderboard, and there's like, I'd say 50 people who've completed it.
Out of the millions, if not quadrillions, that have played WoW, that's an impressive feat.
I thought about doing it, but it would take me forever.
Yeah, you would have to dedicate like your entire lifestyle around it to do it within a reasonable amount of time, I'm sure. Whew. But... And yeah, seeing Mike's comment about that. Okay, I had a feeling that's probably what it was. But yeah, the jelly beans have multiple flavors that might be awesome or they might be awful.
Geek Way to the West. So it's a board game. It's a gaming convention. Board game convention.
Board game convention. And I've not been, and it's sold out for 2016 already.
Damn.
It's sold out like a couple months ago.
Where the fuck are they having it at?
The Collinsville
Really?
Gateway Center? Is that
Yeah.
Adam would be able to answer better than I would, but I think it's at the Collinsville Gateway Center, and the number of tickets for it are fairly limited, and they do that on purpose because they want to keep it concise and small and tight knit. But yeah, man, if you want to go to Gateway to the West, I've heard it's so freaking good, but you gotta buy that ticket like 20 years in advance. That's an exaggeration. 30 years.
Apparently, I have a gift in Steam. Apparently, from Adam.
Oh, I wonder what it could be. I mean, it's this is what Steam sales are good for.
Yep.
Is just shitting out games that like, ooh, I want to play this game with this person. Let me just gift it to someone. So yeah, I totally do the same thing.
Was that the Sheraton in Westport?
Oh, it was in the Sheraton. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I could see why that's kind of they sold that pretty quick.
Yeah, it's right by my workplace.
And have a good night, Adam. Jesus.
I just walk away. It's my apartment, but I just leave.
Have a good one, Adam. Have a great night.
Thanks for stopping by, bud.
CP Master. Back in 2011, Mortal Kombat 9 was still a thing. I remember typing in Mortal Kombat 9. One of the first videos was Evo Tournament at the time. I had never seen a tournament before. I felt awesome because my hobby was finally taken seriously.
Yeah, man.
That is awesome.
That is just a good,
That's a good feeling.
It's like kind of a watershed. Like, hey, man, this.
Do you know they have Minecraft tournaments now?
Well, I've seen like the mini game things. Is that what it?
Kinda. There's also build tournaments now, where they give you like something to build and then you build it as fast as you can.
And then you're Oh, I see. Okay. I was thinking like you build something and like the judges hold up signs.
I could probably see that. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. But like a speed build.
They have tournaments, and I thought it was very puzzling.
I would watch that. I would legitimately watch and the SGDQ or AGDQ is coming up. Awesome Games Done Quick. First week of January, I think.
Yeah, they put out their game list last week.
Oh man, I gotta read.
Or not game list, I should say. The time frame. It is a game list.
Schedule. Yeah. That would be an interesting like a speedrun Minecraft competition thing. They do competitions all the time or races. Holy shit, I'm so hyped for AGDQ. That's another one of my...
AGDQ is so fun and so awesome.
Holy shit, I'm so excited.
It is very good. I love watching it every year. Speedruns themselves are very good.
They are. AGDQ, MagFest, and Extra Life are probably my 3 favorite times of the year. And holy shit, I'm so excited. It's like a second Christmas. Man.
I think CP Master needs an Extra Life invite, Mr. President.
I mean, yeah, man. If CP Master, if it's something that you think you'd be interested in, or if you're not already exhausted by me talking about it all the fucking time, then yeah, if it's I mean, Mike, if you'd be so kind to post a link in the chat, post a linky link to the Extra Life homepage. There are now guilds that are countrywide. I think it's only in the States right now and possibly Canada, but I do know that they're. I mean, I'm not going to ruin anything by saying this. I know that they're considering or at least looking for ways to to include other countries around the world in participating in the guild program, or not so much in the guild program, but in signing up for Extra Life. So, so if you're interested and you live in Europe, just stay tuned because I think they're going to try to figure something out. But if you're in either the States or Canada and live near something of a major city. I mean, St. Louis is a major city by some definitions, but it's not a huge one.
No.
But they have expanded the guild program quite a bit to include a lot of smaller cities. And next year, I know for a fact, and again, I don't think I'm going to get in trouble by saying this, I know for a fact that they're looking to include even more cities, even smaller cities. So there's a pretty good chance there's probably one within a relative distance. Even if you don't have the ability, like even if it's too far away to drive within a certain distance, a lot of guilds still do virtual meetings like ours does, because we're spread out between Illinois and Missouri. So don't feel that you have to like drive all over the place to participate in events or to help out. I mean, even just giving ideas, which is something that I always look forward in our meetings, and Mike knows about that because he's a big supplier of good ideas for our meetings. And thanks for posting the link, by the way. But yeah, CP Master, if you if it's something we're seeing, of course, talking about like, oh man, not only is this game that I enjoy being taken seriously, but gaming as a whole is being taken seriously. I'm constantly trying to answer the big question for which there is no answer, but trying to answer the question of what good can gaming do for humanity, or for for at least society in general. And that's why I love Extra Life so much, because holy shit, it's trying to do good things with this nerdy hobby that we all share. So if it's something you think you would be interested in, then by all means follow the link, see what they're all about, and if you feel so inclined. I don't know if they have the sign-up page ready for 2016 yet, but I'm sure we'll be up soon. If nothing else, if you follow them on Twitter or Facebook, you'll get the info you need.
Yep.
You watch every year. Yeah, even better. Oh, watch EVO every year.
EVO,
yeah. And EVO, yeah, when it comes to the big gaming tournaments, they have become...
EVO's good.
They have become quite the spectacle.
They have.
They draw a big crowd.
I remember last year they could not get that convention center, was it? And then basically a bunch of people stepped up and was like, we got you a new convention center.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Go down the fucking road. We rented it out. Just
even
go
better.
there.
Just do it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so. EVO is huge, and a lot of money goes into it, a lot of really big name sponsors, so I mean, gaming is starting, it's still got a ways to go, but it's starting to take a significant hold.
It is.
And help people...
Especially competitive gaming.
Yeah, especially.
Competitive gaming's making a very big push right now.
Ain't that
and
true.
I think Overwatch is coming out at a very, very fucking good time. So...
More to be told from...
And they're back. Yes. What's up, Adam? We just had one Adam leave to have another one return, come back,
To assume his
assumed,
rightful throne, at the Adam throne.
We can only have one at a time.
In Adam's absence, we have a new one. Yes. Oh, there can only be one. Yeah. Good shit.
Oh, awesome. I didn't even know you guys had a Facebook page.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, this is our local one.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just an example. But yeah, CP Master, like I said, if it's something you think you'd be interested in, check out the Extra Life page. Check out the guild page. There is a guild director which shows the guilds, or the cities with guilds in them. And if you need more information, I mean, it's probably abundantly clear that I am very, very happy to talk about it at length until you are bored to tears. So speaking of boring people to tears, I've been talking a whole lot, and I think we're a little bit over time.
I think we're getting there. I wanted to say one thing to Adam. Adam, every single time you come in right at the end of the night, it sucks because of work. And today you said you had it off, and you still showed up. You still showed up at the exact same time.
Oh, that's all good, man.
That is beautiful.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. But yeah, we're unfortunately getting ready to end. Any Steam games you think which are a must-buy before the sale ends? I actually have not been paying attention to the sale, to be honest.
I haven't really either.
I think it's because I have a ton of games.
Yeah.
I have so much of a backlog right now that I'm like, I can seriously not add to this backlog.
Yeah.
I will never play it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel right now.
I have not... I would say if you're looking to see which is the best or something that's a very good deal, look at Reddit and go to our Steam and see what their top games are. And they even have ones that Steam doesn't show you on the main page. Obviously, there's a ton of sales going on. There's like 100,000 sales or something like that.
It's unreal.
Obviously, a lot of it's DLC and stuff, but go to our Steam on Reddit and I'm sure somebody has a list of some just great deals on great games.
Oh yeah, I know that if you go to if you go to the Steam homepage and scroll down, you'll see the most popular purchases or the things that people have been buying most
That's
often.
what I do.
And that's not going to show you everything, but it's going to show you a lot of the good ones.
Yeah.
I think I saw that Chivalry was like $2.
Yep.
And I could play Chivalry. Chivalry is one of those games.
Payday 2 today is $4.
That's a fucking steal. And that's, of course, before DLC, but still, it's a really
Right. I'm
really
sure with
good
DLC,
deal.
I'm sure it's only $10.
It probably is, honestly. So yeah, there are so many, but that would be where I would look. Both the places Justin mentioned.
Stevie Master, I think video game tournaments are an alternative to physical sports. I think they are a good alternative too. I think as far as a spectator sport, they've come a long way, and there's a lot of games that are definitely really enjoyable to play. I watch a lot of CS:GO on Twitch.
Yes.
I don't play a lot of CS:GO, but I really enjoy watching it for some reason. I think it's a good sport to watch. Also, a lot of people tend to think that it's not really a sport and it's not something that appeals to them because it's not a sport. I think it's just whatever you have a passion for, and I'm glad that so many people have shared passions that that they can share with us. And what a good platform.
When people say that competitive video games don't belong on ESPN, that argument went right out the window once they started showing poker tournaments. So
that is no joke. Yep.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
But
Hashtag.
yeah, I love it. Love that shit. And I'm glad that it's becoming such a thing.
It is. ESPN's about to have the CS:GO world, or was having the World Finals playing on ESPN. I know that Blizzard has a deal with ESPN. I know they hired their own community director for esports. So
I wonder what they could be preparing for, John.
I wonder. Maybe going to be the greatest fucking esports game to ever see the day.
And this is the last time you see Justin before he embarks on his
Yes.
24-month-long sojourn to become the greatest Overwatcher to ever Overwatch.
I am going to play the fuck out of that game.
You will. I'm excited.
God, I'm going to play that so much. But, anyways, we are over our time.
We're overwatched on our time.
Yes, over. Amazing.
I'm just going out of my way. If we don't stop the stream now, this is just going to devolve into awfulness.
Thanks everyone for coming out. Coming out. Thanks for everyone for coming to your computer and watching us, or tablet, or phone,
or outside this window,
if a projector, or
peering
outside the
through,
window, and then you're chatting through your phone
and touching yourself inappropriately.
And then yes, your other hand is below.
Because then I'll feel better about myself. Because you can't see. I see the stream right now. You can't see where my hands are.
You don't realize that we've not had pants on this entire stream.
Surprise! Now it's an 18+.
So thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you back here next week. Where we'll have a whole slew of topics to go through.
Oh, baby.
So thanks everybody.
Thanks for stopping by. Here's some more music. Here's some more, what was the first guy's name? This was Johan Turpin. An odd name, but awesome chiptune artist. He's pretty fucking good.
It's very good.
Here's a song called Funky Beats off of his Rhythm and Bits album. Check that shit out. See you guys later.